So when it comes to reading tabs for guitar, you can think of it as two parts. Part one is saying what strings are played for this chord. And then part two, you can ask yourself, what fret am I placing my fingers on? And guys, I apologize for any noise you might hear in the background. There's some construction going on today. All right, let's continue. So first things first, you want to know the names of the strings, which are E, A, D, G, B, E. And a way to remember that is just say, Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Okay, so let's take an example so we can apply all of this. So let's take this tab, for example. Okay, sounds like this. Okay. So let's just answer the first question. What strings are being played for this chord? So from left to right, each number, or like the X, represents each string on the guitar. So each string gets a number applied to it. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? Where 6 is the low E, and then the 1 is the high E. So from this example, we can tell that when the string, say the 6th string, which is the low E, and the 2nd and the 1st string, which would be the B string and the high E string, are not being played because they have that X there. So the remaining strings will be played. We can think of it that way. So once we know that, we can actually answer question 2. So from this example, it kind of tells us that for the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, a finger should be placed on the 2nd fret based on that information that we see, which gives us this. And let me zoom in here on the strings here that I'm playing. It's at 5, 4, and 3. And those are all on the 2nd fret. So starting from the 6th string up here, so we know that that's not being played. So then we go 5, 4, and 3 there, okay? So tab reading can be shown in a few different ways, but with those two parts I showed you, you can interpret them in any way. Let's look at how they are shown on, say, a piece of sheet music. So this example actually comes from the famous Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Zelda's Lullaby, which I plan to learn very, very soon. So I thought it'd make a good example. And everything still applies, it's just presented slightly different. So let's take a look at that. So if you remember question 1, what strings are being played for this first set of numbers that we see here? So when we're looking at sheet music tabs, the bottom line is the low E, where the top line is the high E. Just think of turning everything vertical and it's the same that we just learned. So you'll notice that the sheet music does not list like the X's that I was showing previously, but rather it just leaves them blank. So just think of it that way. They're just not being played, so there's no numbers on there. So from this example, we can actually see that the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string will be played. So it's like this. And then lastly, let's analyze the second part question that we have. And don't get tripped up by the 0 that you see there. Don't let that throw you off. That simply means that when you play the string open, you're not playing like, you're not fretting anything. So you're just kind of playing it open. Okay? And then, like you may have guessed, the 2s that are there mean that the 3rd and the 2nd string are being played on that 2nd fret. So what I want you guys to do now is just kind of practice what you see there and see if you can come up with the rest of what it should sound like. For here, I'll just play it a couple times so you guys kind of hear it and then try to figure out what exactly I'm doing. And one more time.